mata piko te tangata, our children miss out. Te mata piko te tangata, our children miss out.
So Māori had their own stories about the creation, which largely revolved around Rangi, the Sky Father, and Papa, the Earth Mother, being separated by their son Tane and some of the other children, who represent elements of the environment. Moko, for example, the earthquakes, rongomatane, gardens and cultivations, and these children became the gods.
Our children miss out.
So that by the time European arrived, some of the practices that were abhorrent to Pākehā were the fact that not only did Māori have several gods, but they were practicing, well, from a Christian point of view, the sins of the Canaanites, in that they were practicing kai tangata, the eating of human flesh, when they went into battle. And there's a number of reasons for that, but that was the reality when Pākehā arrived. They also practiced makutu, or bewitching, where people believed that you could be killed by curses or witchcraft being carried out by another tribe. When Pākehā came, the fact that they preached in those early days that Christianity was about forgiveness, that was an enigma to Māori. Utu is the rule of law by which they lived. That meant that if somebody did you wrong, it was an eye for an eye. And while that features in the Old Testament of the Bible, it certainly isn't in the New Testament. So it was hard for them to accept at first that there was another religion that was quite the opposite of what they were used to. So the other important thing to note is that the tohunga probably was the priest or the pastor that we have today, in that everybody went to them for spiritual guidance, and they were always taken in battle because it was always felt that you had to have the tohunga on side so he could say the right karakias to these various gods, and particularly in war to Tūmatauenga, the god of war, to bring favourable odds to your side when you're in battle. Some of these slaves who were held by the northern people had the opportunity to listen to some of these missionaries who were living up there in the north, that they, I guess in today's language, gave their hearts to Christ and were converted to Christian beliefs. And when they were freed, missionaries worked to have them released in the 1830s. They went back to their own tribes all around the country and took this Christian message of forgiveness and love for your neighbour, which most tribes took to, because they were looking for a way out of this constant killing and heightened warfare. Well, what's interesting today is a lot of Māori are trying to go back to early Māori beliefs and trying to resurrect practices that their tipuna or their ancestors gave up back in the 19th century. For example, another one is tāmoko or tattooing, which has really come of age just in the last 10, 20 years max, which in the 19th century it fell away because of Christian beliefs. I think it does say somewhere in the Bible where you're not to mark the skin, and I think the missionaries preached back in the 19th century that in losing some of these what they considered evil practices, you had to drop things like tāmoko that were associated with those beliefs.